Here's a look ahead.
Why can't you just leave Ridge in the past and make room for some new joy?
Who is your friend?
Babe, come on out.
Remy?
I've put you through a lot. What do you say we put our family back together?
The morning sun streams through the floor-to-ceiling windows of the Forrester Creations design office, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air like scattered glitter. The room is a symphony of organized chaos. Bolts of rich silk and chiffon are draped over mannequins, sketches are pinned haphazardly to mood boards, and the faint, elegant scent of perfume lingers. Rick Forrester stands over a large table, examining a detailed technical drawing of the upcoming foundation line. He looks focused, but a deep weariness shadows his eyes. The door opens, and his wife, Phoebe Forrester, enters, her youthful face etched with concern. She carries 2 steaming cups of coffee. "Phoebe," gently, "I thought you might need this. You were gone before I even woke up." Rick accepts the coffee with a grateful, tired smile. He takes a sip, his gaze drifting back to the blueprint. "Rick, the production numbers from the Milan factory are in. They're not good, Phoebe. We're behind schedule, and the cost of the new Italian silk is double what we projected. This foundation line, it's supposed to be our future. Right now, it feels like an anchor. Phoebe, it's just a few setbacks. You and Uncle Eric have faced worse. Forrester Creations always comes out stronger." Rick sighs, running a hand through his hair. "I know. It's just the pressure from the board is immense. And with my mother," he trails off, the unspoken name of his mother, Brooke, hanging heavily between them. Phoebe places a comforting hand on his arm. "Phoebe, your mother is dealing with her own things. You are the head of this company now, Rick. They all believe in you. I believe in you." He leans over and kisses her forehead, drawing strength from her unwavering support. "Rick, what did I do to deserve you?" Phoebe, teasing. "You married me. The best decision of your life." As they share a quiet moment, the office door swings open again. This time, it's Nick Marone. He fills the doorway, his presence immediately shifting the room's energy. He's dressed in a sharp, dark suit, a contrast to Rick's more creative, open-collared shirt. His expression is a mask of cool confidence. "Nick, hope I'm not interrupting a crucial design session. Or just the morning coffee run." Rick straightens up, his posture instantly becoming defensive. "Rick, Nick, what can we do for you? Shouldn't you be at Jackie M? Stirring up trouble there?" Nick chuckles a low, knowing sound. "Always a pleasure, Rick. Actually, I'm here on business. Eric asked me to take a look at the foundation logistics. He heard about the Milan numbers. Thought a fresh pair of eyes might help." Phoebe looks between the two men, sensing the familiar tension. Rick's jaw tightens. "Rick, my father asked you? I find that hard to believe. This is a Forrester line. Nick. And Forrester Creations is a family business. Sometimes, family needs to look outside its own walls for solutions. Even to a Marone. I've seen the reports. Your problem isn't the silk, it's the shipping and customs logistics. You're getting gouged." Nick steps forward, tapping a finger on the blueprint. "Nick, I have contacts in Genoa. I can get your fabric through the port at half the cost and in half the time." Rick stares at Nick, a war raging behind his eyes. He hates the idea of being indebted to Nick, the man whose history with his mother is a constant, painful thorn in his side. But he's a businessman first. "Rick, and what's the cost for you, Nick?" "There's always a cost." Nick smiles thinly. "Let's just call it investing in family. I'll have my assistant send over the contact details. Use them or don't. It's your legacy on the line, not mine." With a final, pointed glance, Nick turns and exits, leaving a vacuum of silence in his wake. Phoebe looks at Rick, her concern deepening. "Phoebe, he's trying to help, isn't he?" Rick, his voice low and tense. "Nick Marone never just helps. There's always an angle. Always." Scene 2. The Forrester Estate, main living room. Brooke Logan Forrester stands by the grand piano, absently tracing the edge of a framed family photograph. The house is quiet, too quiet. It's a silence that echoes with memories and regrets. She looks beautiful but fragile, like a porcelain doll. The doorbell chimes, breaking her reverie. She smooths her dress and opens the door to find Nick standing there. Her breath catches for a second, a mixture of old feelings and new anxieties surfacing. Brooke.
Nick.
This is a surprise.
Nick.
I was in the neighborhood. Thought I'd check in on you. Can I come in? She hesitates for a beat, then steps aside. He enters, his eyes scanning the familiar, opulent room. Brooke. Rick mentioned you were at the office. Something about the foundation line.
Nick.
The boy is in over his head, Brooke. The numbers are a disaster. Eric is worried. I offered a solution, but I'm not sure his pride will let him take it. Brooke.
He's not a boy, Nick.
He's the CEO. He's capable.
Nick.
Steps closer, his voice dropping. Is he? Or is he just trying to live up to a name that's buckling under the weight of its own history? Our history. Brooke turns away, wrapping her arms around herself.
Brooke.
Please don't. Nick. Why not? It's the truth, isn't it? The reason there's so much tension in that boardroom is because of what happened in this very house. What we had was real, Brooke. It wasn't just some scandal. Brooke. Whirling around, eyes flashing. It destroyed my marriage. It hurt my son. What we had was a mistake, Nick. A passionate, terrible mistake.
Nick.
You don't believe that. I see it in your eyes every time you look at me. The fire's still there, Brooke. You can't extinguish it just because it's inconvenient. He reaches out, his fingers gently brushing a strand of hair from her face. She flinches, but doesn't pull away entirely. The conflict within her is a tangible force.
Brooke.
I'm with Eric. I love Eric. Nick.
Do you?
Or are you just clinging to the safety he represents? The familiar? I represent a chance, Brooke. A chance for you to finally stop living for everyone else and live for yourself. Their eyes lock, the air crackling with unsaid words and reignited passion. For a moment, it seems he might kiss her. But Brooke finds her resolve, taking a sharp step back.
Brooke.
You should go, Nick. My family needs stability right now, not more chaos. And you're chaos. Nick looks at her, a slow, sad smile spreading across his face. He knows he's gotten under her skin.
Nick.
I'll go. But this isn't over, Brooke. It's never over with us. He turns and leaves, closing the door softly behind him. Brooke sinks onto the sofa, burying her face in her hands, torn between her duty and her desire. Scene 3. Jackie M. Design Office. Across town, the atmosphere at Jackie M. is equally tense, but for different reasons. Jackie Marone is in a heated argument with her son, Marcus.
Jackie.
I will not have you jeopardizing your future for some ridiculous fantasy, Marcus. You have a position here. A legacy. Marcus. Matching her intensity. Your legacy, Mom. Not mine.
I don't want to be in fashion.
I want to act. It's what I'm good at.
Jackie.
Acting is a hobby, not a career. It's a world of rejection and instability. I built this company from nothing to give you a secure future. Marcus. A future that feels like a gilded cage. I'm 20 years old.
Let me make my own mistakes.
Let me try. The door opens and Nick walks in, his expression shifting from his own preoccupations to the scene before him.
Nick. Whoa.
Sounds like the opening act of a Greek tragedy in here. What's going on?
Jackie.
Throwing her hands up. Your nephew thinks he's going to be the next Denzel Washington and is about. Later that afternoon, the photo studio is a whirlwind of activity for a foundation-line shoot. Lights are adjusted, reflectors are positioned. Stephanie Forrester is present, observing from a director's chair with her regal, imposing air. She is talking with PM, who is fussing over a rack of clothes. Stephanie. The cut on that jacket is all wrong for the model's shoulders. Tell the stylist to use the taupe one instead.
Pam.
Right away, Stephanie.
You have such an eye.
Rich enters the studio, looking every bit the legendary designer in a tailored black jacket. He nods briefly at his mother before his eyes scan the room, landing on Rick.
Ridge.
To Rick. I heard Nick Marone was here, throwing his weight around, offering to save the day. Rick. He offered a solution to the shipping problem. I'm considering it.
Ridge.
Considering it? Rick, that man is a predator. He smells blood in the water. First, he gets his hooks into our mother, and now he's trying to sink them into our company. You let him help, and the next thing you know, he'll want a seat on the board. Stephanie. Her voice cutting through the tension. Ridge is right, Rick. The Marones have always been a destabilizing force in this family. We solve our own problems. We do not take handouts from our enemies. Rick. Frustrated. And what if his solution is the only one that keeps this line on schedule? This isn't about family feuds, it's about business. My business.
Ridge.
It's always about family feuds with the Marones. That's what you fail to understand. There is no separating the two. His business is our personal lives. The argument draws the attention of the crew. The models pause, the stylists fall silent. Rick feels the weight of their stares, the pressure from his own family suffocating him.
Rick.
Voice rising. So, what's your brilliant solution, Ridge? To design our way out of a logistics nightmare? Should we just sketch faster? Before Ridge can retort, the studio door bursts open. Brooke stands there, her face pale. She has clearly been crying. All eyes turn to her.
Brooke.
Eyes fixed on Stephanie and Ridge.
Stop it.
Just stop. The room is utterly silent. Brooke. This is exactly what he wants. Can't you see that? He comes in here, offers a little help, and we tear each other apart with suspicion. We're doing his work for him. We are the Forrester family. And we're falling apart. She looks directly at Rick, her eyes pleading. Brooke. Rick, you're the CEO. You make the decision. Not out of pride, and not out of fear. You make the decision that is best for Forrester Creations. And whatever you decide, your family will stand by you. Her words hang in the air, a desperate plea for unity. Stephanie looks at Brooke, a flicker of something. Respect? Understanding. In her steely gaze. Ridge clenches his jaw, but remains silent. Rick looks at his mother, seeing not the woman entangled in scandal, but the matriarch fighting for her family's survival. Scene 5. Forrester Creations, Rick's office, later. The sun is setting, casting long, dramatic shadows across Los Angeles. Rick is alone in his office, staring out at the city. The blueprint for the foundation line is spread out on his desk. There's a soft knock on the door. It's Brooke. Brooke. May I come in? He nods. She enters and stands beside him, following his gaze to the horizon. Brooke.
I meant what I said.
I will support whatever choice you make.
Rick. I know.
And I've made my decision. He picks up his phone, his thumb hovering over the screen. He has two choices. Call the head of logistics to begin the painful, expensive process of untangling the mess themselves, or call Nick Marone and accept his offer. Rick. Quietly. He's using us, you know. To get to you. Brooke doesn't deny it. She simply places a hand on his shoulder.
Brooke.
I know. But that doesn't mean his solution can't also be the right one for the company. You have to separate the man from the opportunity. Rick takes a deep, steadying breath. The weight of the company, the legacy of his name, the turmoil of his family, it all rests on this single moment. He is caught between the rock of his pride and the hard place of necessity. He makes the call.
Rick.
Into the phone. Nick. It's Rick. About those contacts in Genoa. I need the details. Send them over first thing tomorrow. He listens for a moment, his expression unreadable. Rick.
Yes. Thank you.
He ends the call and places the phone back on his desk. The deed is done.
Brooke.
Was that the right decision?
Rick.
Lets out a long, slow breath. I don't know, but it was my decision. And we'll just have to wait and see what the cost will be. He turns to look at his mother, and for the first time, he looks less like an overwhelmed son and more like a CEO who has just made a dangerous, calculated gamble. The future of Forrester Creations and the fragile piece of the family now hangs in the balance, built on a foundation that feels more like shifting sand than solid rock. Marcus. Uncle Nick, tell her. You get it. You've always chased what you wanted, no matter what anyone said. Nick looks from his furious sister to his desperate nephew. He sees himself in Marcus's eyes, the hunger for something more, the defiance of a predetermined path. Nick. To Jackie. He's right, you know. Jackie stares at him, stunned. Nick. The kid has talent. I've seen him in those little plays. He's got a spark. Maybe we should let him fan it for a while. Marcus. Visibly relieved.
Thank you, Jackie.
Nick, don't encourage him.
Nick.
I'm not encouraging him to be irresponsible. I'm saying give him a year. Let him pursue it. If it doesn't work out, he comes back to Jackie M. No questions asked. But you have to let him try. Otherwise, he'll always resent you for it. And he'll always wonder, what if? Jackie looks at her brother, the fight draining out of her. She knows he's speaking from experience. She turns to Marcus, her eyes softening with a mother's reluctant love.
Jackie.
1 year. And you check in every single week. Marcus grins, pulling his mother into a hug. Nick watches, a satisfied look on his face. For a moment he is the peacemaker, the voice of reason, a role he rarely gets to play. Scene 4. Forrester Creations, Photo Studio. The Bold and the Beautiful has retconned a major attribute that could affect Hope and Deke's stance in the show significantly. Fans of the show are worried and curious regarding the direction the showrunners are taking with this massive change. Here's what's happening on The Bold and the Beautiful. How did The Bold and the Beautiful alter the soap's history after Deke's return? The Bold and the Beautiful recently reunited Deke and son, Deke, with his sister Hope for the first time since Deke's return to the show as a young adult. Fans have been eagerly waiting for this moment, as it could answer one of the show's most puzzling changes. Originally, Deke was born in 1999 to Deacon and Amber's cousin Becky, making him 3 years older than Hope. It is obvious that the characters are Sourced, soap opera rapid aging syndrome, a common practice in soaps to adjust characters' ages. However, Hope was aged into her 30s, while Deke was aged into his early 20s. The abrupt change seems to have thrown fans off balance. Fans believe it was done to fit Deke into a younger generation. Right now, he aligns perfectly with Remy's age, setting a stage for a potential romance. Nonetheless, viewers have questioned the necessity of de-aging a character to such an extent that it alters the show's history. They have also pointed out that other legacy characters could have been aged up for new storylines for a younger generation.